Let me talk about vulnerability for a second. And I want us to understand vulnerability is this. Everybody wants to pay attention to this. Vulnerability is the language of the body, not of the rational mind. Vulnerability is only deeply understood through the body. You cannot figure out vulnerability. You cannot collect data on vulnerability. You cannot approach vulnerability through the strength of your logic. It won't work. Vulnerability is only experienced through the breath, through the body, through its continuous opening and reception. Vulnerability is a body experience. And so therefore, actors, when you can be vulnerable with a mutually vulnerable character, the dance has begun. Now the dance has begun. But if the character you are trying to connect with is not also fully vulnerable, and if you are not approaching this vulnerable character through the power of your body's vulnerability, there will really be no dance between the two of you. You will likely continue to dominate character, to play at character, to impose your will on character, figure out the character. Actors, erase that phrase from your vocabulary. You cannot figure out the character any more than you can figure out your wife or your husband or your mother or father. Characters are not meant to be figured out. They're not a data set. You are to meet the character through the power of your mutual vulnerability as experienced, as expressed, and as received in the body. And in this way, our body, the sensations, the senses, the emotional life, will take you further than your thinking brain could ever figure out. Bless its heart, as we like to say in the South. Vulnerability lives in the body, nowhere else.